Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
Because we are the
therapist.
most famous physical therapist on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
Come
Bob.
on, get the energy level up.
Oh,
Right there we go. Okay, the one stretch nearly everyone with back pain should try. The only exceptions I would say would be people who have spinal stenosis or,
spondylolisthesis.
yeah, that's Brad's world. So otherwise, all of you, if you have back pain, I'd highly encourage you to try this stretch. And we're going to show you different ways to do it and why you
Sure.
should do it. But before we do, if you are new to our
Oh.
channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, please go over to the Facebook and like us, Bob and Brad, because once again, we are giving away stuff. We're giving away a mattress again, the Sleepovation mattress. And all you have to do is give us your email, and that's so we can get a hold of you in case you win.
Right. Yeah,
So-
this is the third one we're giving away, and these are really high-end mattresses. They're well over $1,000, and
Really good for pain relief.
oh, I could hardly get out of bed in mine this morning. It's just fun to sleep in.
Well, it's good for back pain. That's
It
kind of
is.
fits on our subject top. So anyway, one of the issues that nearly everybody contends with now in life is the posture issue. And quite often what happens over time, you end up rounding out your back. Brad, when you want to show it on you as a human?
Well, thank you, Bob. You called me a human. That is a good deal. Well, anyways, yeah, so if you're sitting in a chair, you can either be slouched like this, which puts that back in an extreme flexion, we call it, or slouch.
Rounded out position.
Or like this,
Yeah.
especially if you're working at a computer workstation and maybe the workstation is not set up right, the screen's low, and you start slouching. Or you have your cell phone. People
Yeah.
use their cell phones a little bit nowadays.
I heard that.
And oftentimes, they're so intent on it, have no concept of what's going on with their body because they're focused on that little screen. And
And back pain has really become, rather than a lifting problem, more of a sitting problem, is what we have found, because people are sitting more and they are slouching more.
right,
And eventually what happens, it even translates to your standing. A lot of times people are kind of bent over when they're
sure,
standing.
right,
So
right,
what has been discovered, and we weren't the ones to discover this, has been discovered by many great men and women, is that if this is the problem, bending this way, quite often if you bend the other way, the opposite direction, that helps kind of realign things and takes away the pain.
right.
In fact, that's what you're looking for. When you do these exercises, things should get, maybe the pain should not spread out as far. It'll get a little more compact, a little more
Centralized.
centralized.
Back
That's
to
the word I was looking for.
Center of the back.
Yep. Or the pain level should go down.
Mm-hmm.
If none of those things are happening, maybe this isn't right for you, but this is how you want to start off by trying.
Sure.
So if you want to hold that, Brad, or get that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and start with a lot of people generally want to try this first laying down on your stomach.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're having back pain, it doesn't matter if you've had it for a long time or you just recently got it. A lot of times people start off this way. Sometimes they start off with a pillow underneath them. I don't know. Do we have any pillows, Brad?
You bet. We've got a pillow, Bob.
Got a pillow.
We're
All right.
long on pillows today.
So sometimes if that's too uncomfortable, you start with a pillow underneath your stomach like this, and so you can kind of gradually work your way into getting the extension into the. Wow, Brad is really helpful today.
Well, I care, Bob.
So after a while,
Not very much.
you can try getting up on your elbows and see if you can tolerate that. What does it do to your pain? Does that start lessening your pain?
So he's now reversing that slouch motion into the arched or lordotic motion.
Yeah.
And that that motion is necessary to have a healthy back. So sometimes it doesn't come right away. This may take, a day or two or whatever. It's not like you're going to lay down and go into this. Some people will, but not everyone.
Will. That's where, I mean, what I've seen is sometimes where people get into it and it feels immediately feels kind of good. Then we know you're really on track here.
Right.
But eventually you're going to want to work into this where you put your hands underneath where your shoulders are at, and you're going to start just working your way up like this and getting some movement. Now, you don't have to go all the way up, but the big thing you're trying to do here, and Brad's about ready to show this, is you want to make sure you keep the pelvis down.
Right here, that belt line.
So this is wrong. If I'm going like this and your back a lot of times is tight going in this direction, so you may have trouble keeping your belt down and your pelvis down.
Now, a lot of times, I just had a patient 2 weeks ago. I had to start her on her forearms because she was not able to go up too high.
So
And
she
that,
was going like this, wasn't
yeah,
she? Yep, I've had patients do that too.
and sometimes it's a strength problem. You know, if you have a shoulder problem and this hurts your shoulders, well, then we've got some other options for you standing up.
Yeah. So eventually, what you want to do is get all the way up. I mean, you're trying to, and generally, the more movement you get, the more the pain tends to decrease.
Right.
They seem to correlate with each other. So I'm all the way up here, and I'm not. My pelvis isn't coming off. If you can't get all the way up here, because your pelvis starts coming off the bed, don't go up that any high then.
Sure.
Now, people are going to ask, how often do you do this? And I heard somebody even complain about this fact. But you can do this every hour if you want.
Sure. Right.
It's not something you do once a day and hope you take your back pain away. You've got to put some effort into it, and generally at least 4 or 5 times a day, I would say you need to do it. And a good repetition of 10 repetitions would be good.
Now, as far as how long you do it that way, you know, if it's assuming it's making your back feel better, you're going to do that. And once your back pain is gone, then you can drop down to once a day for a maintenance program.
Right. It's not something we're having you do the rest of your life 5 to 6 times a day.
Right.
But I do these every day without question, usually twice a day. I actually throw in a set, and I do a set 20.
You
actually.
do?
Yeah, because I have to outperform other people.
Well, of course, Bob, I understand. But, you know, there's one thing, if you do this and it creates pain, you know, you may have stenosis, you may have spondylolisthesis like I do, and may not be aware of it because there's a lot of people aren't. So if this does seem to make things worse, just stop. It's not for you.
Right. And give it a little effort, though. I mean, because sometimes people are a little sore to start off with.
Right.
And especially if you do it and it feels better afterwards.
Right.
That's definitely something you want to try. Brad, you can also do it. This one, you can also do it in a chair. This is actually more for the mid-back, but it's the same story. You're kind of slouched in the chair here, and you can actually do stretches over the back of your chair like this.
Right.
And these are great to do, you know, throughout the day, especially you're working at a computer or whatever, something bringing you forward. Every so often, just go ahead. You can put your hands here.
Yep.
You can put them back here. You know, call it the hallelujah stretch, you know. Hallelujah.
Well, you know, that was Bob's name, not mine.
Yeah.
I still
He doesn't like it.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Now he's going to show too. You can actually take a little inflatable ball. There's one over there, Brad. If you want to take the time to get one.
Well, yeah, you could use a towel roll, but the ball is more
and-
comfortable.
And when you use a roll towel like this, now you can vary the levels of the spine where it's at. So now you can move it up and down. The same is true if you actually take a ball. Brad's going to throw it in from the outside there.
Can you hear me out here?
Yeah. Anyway, these balls work out really nice. We've recommended this many times. And it's just, you know, you can keep it by your chair and just every so often put it in there and do some extensions over the back of the chair.
Right. If you do this kind of thing on a regular basis, you don't have to do them a lot, but then you can prevent the back pain and avoid some of these other more comprehensive
You want to
options.
show it standing, Brad?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
What do you want me to show?
Standing back extension.
Okay, so that was just my sense of humor. Anyways, let's get on with the work. I always have my patients either put their thumbs in like this or like this, depending on what's comfortable for them. But you want a little support back here, and then you're just going to extend backwards. Now, my back does not extend backwards, and it's never going to because of my situation. But it's still, if I don't go too far, it feels good. If I go too far, then it's not good for me.
You're kind of being a slop today, Brad. Tuck your shirt in,
Oh,
man.
my gosh.
And
No one told me,
and
Liz.
People don't even know what your name is.
Well,
Brad Heineck?
I'm getting ready to go to work. Wow. That's why I don't wear.
So
I like to wear
there's
polo
the towel right
shirt,
there. I can do them, Brad, if you want.
Now
me to
I'm
do 'em.
all embarrassed. I'm going to turn red. Yeah, you better do it. I'm going to go.
So the same thing. You can take a towel. It works really well for low back. You can go like this, but this actually works well for the mid back
oh,
too.
sure.
And you can actually pull it up toward the ceiling a little bit and give some pressure that way.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to cause my shirt to untuck, and then
Well,
you're going to give me a
yeah,
hard time.
yeah. Then we're both going to be
We're going to have
slobs.
to get the shirt, untuck it. So
We could name that.
yeah,
Did we want to show them this?
sure.
Yeah, you know, if you have a booyah stick, you can do this, and this really works well. Not for the low back, but that mid back up, just
Yeah.
below the shoulder blades. You can work that, and it just really feels good on the muscles, and you can really get some nice
Stretching.
force
Yeah.
in there. It's just very controllable.
And you get to say the word booyah.
Oh yeah, it
And
feels
how often do you get to say
great.
the word booyah in your life? All right, Brad, I think that's good enough. You'll give those a try, and especially for those of you who've not had back pain before and are just experiencing it for the first time,
Right.
this is definitely what I'd recommend to give it a go.
Sure.
So,
All right. Well, Bob, wait, we
Oh,
got to
wait.
tell 'em one more thing.
We can fix just about anything
Except for
a broken heart.
you better believe it. But
Oh,
we're working on it,
we're
and we're
working
not.
on it.
Yeah, we're not going to stop until we get it figured out.
All right.
It might be a couple decades yet.
Yo.